What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Scruff Squad presents the broadcast from the Burbs. We're coming to you from Westchester, Illinois, 60154. I'm your host, Andy Adams, and here with me, as always, is my co-host, Phil Martin.
Yo!
And our co-hosts and producers, Jimmy the Diesel Adams and Sam Martin.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
We've got a fantastic show for you guys, so definitely stay in tune.
All right. What's new? Prima Donna by Vince Staples. He just dropped that new EP. It is a great EP, so definitely go listen to it.
Yeah, and Lil Uzi Vert just dropped Buy It, a new track, new single that he's got, so check that out as well.
21 Kanye West pop-up shops have opened up all over the world. There was one in the Chicagoland area. Everybody thought it was going to be downtown, but it was in Northbrook Mall, which is a suburb. People were kind of upset about it. There was some controversy, but nonetheless, it was a pretty cool display of Kanye's work.
And for all of you Chicago music fans out there, I'm sure you've heard of it. If not, Lyrical Lemonade has a pop-up shop at the Jugrnaut store downtown on Sunday, August 28th. They also have Chicago's Biggest Cypher 4.0 happening Friday, August 26th. So if you're not at that, definitely be on the lookout for it when they release the video on YouTube. Speaking of Chicago, one of the hottest names in Chicago hip-hop right now just released his long-awaited mixtape. I'm talking about Lucki X and FreeWave II. It's his follow-up to his first FreeWave project, and I was blown away by this. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to Lucki X for a while. Mostly I listen to FreeWave, the original EP, and then I listened to his latest EP, Son of Sam, and now FreeWave 2 is out, and I gotta say, I really like the sound of it. Very, percussive sounding beats. He has a lot of heavy snares, and, it's very... Some of his beats seem a little darker to me, but the way his voice flows with it, and, the title, and, I don't know, just the whole aesthetic that comes along with it seems to fit all together really well.
Yeah, I just want to talk about the album artwork for a little bit there. He uses that baby swimming in the water with the glowing eyes. It almost looks like a zombie thing. But
it's the Nirvana.
Yeah, I was just
going
to say it's Nirvana.
It's pretty much the exact same thing. It's just completely turned around.
It's
it's not like a clear. It's not like a clear pool that he's in or anything like that. There's I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. There's clouds in the background. There's dark colors, purple, red, black, blue.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And the baby looks like a demon.
And he's got a couple songs with the word demon in it.
Yeah, he's
Speed Demon, Dirty Demons. Both great songs, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the whole aesthetic of the album artwork goes along perfectly with the theme of the production.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I obviously have known the name Lucki X for the longest time now. Pretty much from songs, maybe singles he's had out or songs he's been featured in, and every time I've heard those, it's oh, this is a good song, but nothing really crazy that would make me necessarily want to go out of my way to listen to more of it. But as soon as I heard that he was dropping this, I saw it all over Twitter. People were tweeting out hashtag FreeWave II, and he would retweet them, and I would just see all these tweets, and that really obviously pushed me to listen to this, and I'm really glad because I listened to this, and then after hearing it for the first time, I went back and listened to all of his old projects, all of his old songs, and I mean, I have a completely new view on him. I don't know what I was thinking the first time I heard him, but now I absolutely, he's one of my favorites in Chicago now, no doubt. And yeah, I mean, some of my favorite songs on here, I would have to say probably my favorite is the second track called Dirty Demons.
Yeah.
He just, I don't know, the flow on that is just impeccable. I don't know, I've never heard anything like it. And I also like Clueless, Pop Out, What's the Word, and then Blood Boy Freestyle also. I really like that track because obviously it's called Blood Boy Freestyle. I mean, it doesn't sound like a freestyle, so if it is actually freestyle, Lucki did an absolutely wonderful job with that. I've never heard anybody freestyle like that, but if it is kind of maybe not freestyle, I don't know. But overall, that track was awesome. I just, like I said, like Jimmy had said, with the heavier beats and stuff like that, it almost reminded me of drill beats sort of to an extent, and then he has this chill just relaxed whole sound to him, and I just think that the contrast was really cool to listen to.
Yeah, I mean, listening to Lucki X over the years, you definitely tell his voice is what it is. I mean, he sounds very zanned out, which it's whatever, but it sort of sounds very chill, laid back, but the way he flows and the difference in the rhyme patterns and just the way he kind of goes off the beat, it's he's sort of dancing on top of the beat, and I just feel I feel his relaxation, but I also feel like some of the other emotions he's feeling, like the darker emotions through the song. And I mean, it's very powerful because he has a couple turn-up songs, and overall it's just like the messages he's conveying with like, you know, the sort of darker, like,
the whole theme, like you said before, is just kind of like a dark, like just theme in general, from the cover art to just the messages he's conveying and stuff like that. It's all just, it's kind of dark, but like it's not to the point where it gets like gruesome and like ugly and not wanting to listen to. Like, I want to listen to more to hear what he has to say.
Right.
And I think that's really important, because he could have turned this into a super dark project that would almost make me turn it off. But like I said, wanted to keep listening to more.
Right, and he rose with that deep, like you guys said, that deep kind of dark feeling with his, as far as his production went behind the music. And then he's got that chill voice on top, and he almost finds a very happy median between the two.
Right.
And it just really, like, it's kind of a weird feeling it gives you. It's not like you're relaxed, but at the same time, you're just kind of like, you're grooving to it. You know, it's one of those music, it's this kind of music you can just, you know, lay on your back, look up, and just be like jamming to it, but not falling asleep by it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I feel you. Yeah, go for it.
One of the things I'm realizing now with the cover art, which I saw before, but obviously you can see the baby is immersed in water like the Nirvana Nevermind cover. But if you look at it from the back, he's going into a darker place, but from the top left of the picture, it's more of a light space, and you can almost see a silhouette of money and maybe some sort of pill. I don't know.
I want to say that, that's like some sort of dollar bill.
It's almost like he's running away from his
like,
demons or something.
That might be like a baby bottle with lean in it or something.
See, I
don't know for sure, but
I looked at it as like he's floating to the depths of hell. Like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
I know, guys, come on.
Wow.
I mean, like, it's a dark cover, and that's just a really dark way of putting it, obviously. But, I mean, look at it. Look to where he's going.
Yeah,
well, that
going
could be
into
it too.
A red with the bubbles.
Maybe not necessarily going to the depth of hell, but like,
I don't know, man.
But like,
a little dark,
if he does have like
like
he has like the money, and maybe that is like the promethazine behind him and stuff like that. Those could be some of the things that are kind of driving him to maybe this like a bad place that is making him like make music like this from like as compared to music that he made before. I mean, that's just one interpretation. I have no idea. I could be completely wrong on that, but.
I mean, looking at the song titles and the cover, I mean, he's got songs about demons, like running away from his demons. He's got a song called Run With Me. He's got a song called Clueless, which makes it seem like, you know, he's doing great in rap, but he doesn't really know what he's doing in life. And whether that's true or not, I love cover art like this just because, first of all, it's appealing to the eye.
It makes you think.
Yeah, and second of all, it's like a piece of artwork. Like, you don't know, like, exactly what's going on in the artist's mind, but it's open for interpretation. And when you have something provocative like this, it's very, I don't know, it grabs my attention right off the bat.
So my idea was far-fetched?
No, I don't think yours was far-fetched
well, you just kind of said he's going straight to hell.
I know, I understand.
I don't think he was going to hell.
Phil,
I agree with you kind of, like, maybe those things are like driving him to like a darker place, but I don't know if it's necessarily hell. I mean, yeah, I guess from the cover art, it looks like he could be going. It looks like he gets a little bit red when it goes deeper. So
come on the show for one of these days and let us know.
With all we know, it could just be just cool cover art, not really meaning anything.
Yeah, he wanted it. I mean, he mentions in one of his songs about something. I think he compares himself to Kurt Cobain. Yeah. So I mean. I think that he's one of his influences and stuff like that. But one of the other things I wanted to touch on is a lot of these songs, it almost sounded like when he goes in for like his first verse, it sounds like he's about to almost copy like somebody else's flow off of another song. And right before like it gets to that point where it is copying, he completely switches it up and makes it his own, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
I want to say in Blood Boy Freestyle, I think was a song, if I remember correctly, it almost sounded like he was going in and it was like the intro to like Future's, I think it's called Twin Sisters or Real Sisters or something like that. And like I said, I thought that like he was going to start copying the flow off of that, but after like the second or third line, he switched it up and made it his own, and I thought that was pretty incredible that he did that.
One real quick thing, I don't remember which song, it might have been Blood Boy Freestyle. I'm not 100% sure, but it reminded me, the instrumental a little bit and his flow sort of reminded me off of FreeWave, like something on the first FreeWave tape called FreeWave II. I don't know if it was the beat or the flow. I don't remember. I wish I could listen to it right now. But there's something about one of these tracks that reminded me of it. So if you guys go listen to the track FreeWave 7 and then listen to, I believe it was Blood Boy Freestyle, but it could have been Sixth Sense. Listen to those and I mean, form your own opinions, I guess. But I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that this project shows some great progression from where he was to where he is now. Obviously, he's gotten so many more fans since his last projects. And, I mean, he's got features throughout his years of doing this with... He has like Chance, Danny Brown, even more than that.
FKA Twigs.
Yeah, like some crazy features, and he's some guy that if he's not on your radar, you definitely need to have him on your radar. So once again, Lucky X dropped his mixtape FreeWave II. It just came out a couple days ago. You can find it on SoundCloud. I think the worst part about it is it's only like 26 minutes, so yeah. I wish that there was more of it. I
could have went for an hour of this.
I mean, yeah, so... it is a quick listen, but it's a great listen. You're going to want to keep listening over and over. So definitely go check out FreeWave II by Lucky X on SoundCloud. And finally, Frank Ocean dropped his highly anticipated and long-awaited project Blonde. Here to talk with us about it is one of our good friends, Julius Wesley Becton IV.
That is my full name. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Ready to talk about Frankie O.
Awesome. I know you're a big fan of him, so that's why we wanted to get you on the show.
Yeah.
So I guess jumping right into it, I know we've talked about this in the past, but he has 2 projects out previous to this, one being Nostalgia Ultra, another being Channel Orange. I know you were a huge fan of Channel Orange, always raving about it in high school. So I guess getting right into it, the events leading up to the Blonde release, here's a little timeline for you guys. He posted a picture of random dates to his Tumblr. It was just, I don't know, there's probably like 15 dates that were all different. Nobody knew what they were for. He then had a live stream of just a room. It was pretty much a mystery for a couple weeks.
It was like a very haunting orchestra, too. It was really bizarre.
Yeah, there was nothing really happening except for some like creepy music kind of in the background. And then on August 5th, he was going to release Blonde, finally, after everybody was waiting. And then he went absent. Nobody heard from him. Nobody knew what happened. And then he started playing his album in the room on his live stream, I don't know, a couple weeks later. And so people started hyping it up again. And then he released a video for Nikes, which is an insane visual. He then released his album visual called Endless. It's 45 minutes of him in a room building stairs. Then finally, he opened up random pop-up shops all over the U.S. where he gave away Boys Don't Cry magazines for free. And then finally, he released Blonde, and it wasn't called Boys Don't Cry. We all thought it was going to be called Boys Don't Cry, and then it wasn't. It was Blonde, and that happened on August 20th. So obviously, this is a really long album release rollout. How do you guys think it all played out?
Well, I definitely think the silence that he went on worked in his favor because... I don't know. I think, when people just drown themselves out with features, in, like the way Channel Orange now is like 4 years.
Right.
The last time we heard him on something, I think I could be very wrong. I think it was on Doris when he was on Sunday. And he talked about Frank Ocean. He talked about his beef with Chris Brown. Yeah, and I think that definitely works in his favor because it adds to the mystery of him. And I think that's why some people just get swallowed up by the industry because they just put out too much material.
The Wolves remix.
He was.
That's
true.
That
was true.
That's like the latest he's been out. But yeah, I mean, I think that going off of like the 4-year kind of absence with a few features here and there, I don't think people forgot about him. Like people constantly were playing Channel Orange, Nostalgia Ultra. They were playing stuff like that. But then also he was constantly in the news. Like people would just randomly post articles about where's Frank? What's he up to now? Like we haven't heard from him in a while. And, I mean, so nobody forgot about him. I think that kind of played out in his favor.
I definitely think that this was a really good marketing strategy, whether he meant it to be that or not. I mean, people have been waiting for probably like a year on this new project. I mean...
It was supposed to come out last year, July 15th.
Mm-hmm. Right,
because that would have been 3 years to the date.
Yeah, and it's basically just been a build-up, like, marketing strategy since last year. So, I mean, regardless of whether that's what he meant to do or not... It definitely worked, and I think the anticipation that was built is definitely worth it, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys thought about it, but
it definitely lived up to the hype because after listening to the album, it was so moving and I want to say inspirational to an extent.
Okay.
With all the features he had on it, and just I don't want to say
did he have features?
He had features.
He had one feature from Andre. And then the production list was like
with all the different production and sound that he had, it was truly, honestly inspirational.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of going back, I know, Wes, you had mentioned about it was going to release on August 5th. Why didn't it release then?
Yeah, so the New York Times reported it was going to release on August 5th, and Frank Ocean was like, no, now that everybody knows, it's not It's not going to live up. Like, it's not the way he wanted to do it. He wanted to do like Beyonce did when she did that one album. Can't even think of the name, but she just dropped it literally out of nowhere. He wanted it to kind of be like that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like kind of what you were saying, the project, the features are crazy. I mean, you can always, if you go back to Nostalgia Ultra and Channel Orange, you can always hear, like in those little like skit things, there's some Radiohead playing, and it was cool to finally see Johnny Greenwood was the guitarist of Radiohead. Mm-hmm. He helped out on the production, played the guitar that you hear a little bit on the album. I thought that was really cool that finally came together like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I know going back to what you said with him wanting it to be kind of a random thing, random drop, like I said, he posted that picture on Tumblr of like all those different dates, and so after August 5th passed up, everybody just assumed that, like, I think it was sometime in November, like the 17th or something, that was going to be like the final release day, like that's when it has to drop, and then it kind of just dropped out of nowhere on August 20th. So I don't know if that had a special kind of date in his mind that he wanted to drop it on and just wanted to keep it a secret or what, but like I said, it kind of dropped out of nowhere, and like I said, I have no idea if that's actually, there's a reason behind it or what, but so now moving into the actual album, once again, it's called Blonde. Just right off the top of your guys' heads, what are some of your favorite songs off of this album?
Well, I don't really want to go into specific songs yet. Sorry to ruin your thunder there.
Whatever,
Dan.
Jim.
I was just going to talk about, in general, the production of this album. I really enjoyed being a producer myself. I really enjoyed there wasn't a lot of percussion, but the times where it was very effective. Just like a basic kick and snare. I also enjoyed like the guitar and stringed instruments. I mean, the instrumentation in the project really allowed for Frank's voice to shine. I mean, the production overall was really cool. Like we were saying earlier, he had a huge list of features for the production, but I really feel like the diverse production, or like the instrumentation and stuff throughout the album, really allowed Frank to shine, and it was probably one of my favorite records that Frank has put out in general.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Jesus Christ.
That was genuine. Sorry, I don't know. Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you there. Like, this is different than any other kind of R&B album, I guess you could say, if it is considered R&B or pop or whatever.
Apple Music has it considered as pop, but it's Apple Music.
So. But yeah, I mean, there's so much guitar in here. Like Wes said, the Radiohead guitarist is in here, and that's just one of the guys. Like, I mean, I don't know a ton of them off the top of my head, but like almost every song has guitar, different types of guitar too. There's like rock, electric. There's all different types of guitars in there, and so I think that that's something that is
lots of guitars.
Yeah, okay, sarcastic. But I think just going back to some of my favorite songs off of here, obviously Nikes. That's kind of the first song that dropped off of here. Technically, I know he's performed a few songs a year or two.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
All right, so Nikes, it's crazy. If you're one of like the 1,600 people that got the magazine from the pop-up shop, at the end of Nikes, this Japanese dude just goes in, not even speaking English, just in Japanese.
Right.
It's like raps a verse at the end of it. It's crazy.
Oh, so that's because I know that the CD is in the magazine.
Because you know how like he says in the beginning, he says, "I got two versions.
Yeah.
Oh,
so there is two.
That's what he means.
It's Endless and Blonde, I guess, were like what people thought were the two versions, but they're actually two different versions of Blonde. There's like added verses and everything. It's crazy. Yeah.
Is that the only added verse, or is there?
No, there's a couple more. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I just remember Nikes. There's some.
Is that like what people mean then by like? He released two albums? Because I heard that he released two albums.
Well, the released two albums, most people are talking about Endless and Blonde. I mean, it's just the other version is just like tinkerings and stuff.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Nothing major.
I wasn't sure. Like I said, I looked it up, a second Frank Ocean album, and I didn't find anything. Yeah. So, but yeah, so I love that song. I think it starts out really strong with the first three songs, Nikes, Ivy, and then Pink and White. Those are three of my favorites. They all sound a little bit different. I want to say Ivy does have definitely a pop sound to it a little bit more than the others. And then Solo is one of my favorites on this whole album. Yeah. I think Tyler, the Creator, said something on Twitter about him adding to Skyline too. So I don't know exactly what he did, if it was something with production or like background vocals or whatever. But And then going to the solo reprise, that's the song that Andre 3000's in.
I love that verse.
I love that verse, but it also reminds me, like, he almost sounds kind of like Danny Brown. Like, I know Andre 3000 is obviously one of Danny Brown's, like idols and one of the guys he, like, bases his sound around. But, like, if I didn't know Andre 3000 was on here, I would be kind of debating whether it was Andre 3000 or...
I kind of like to think of Danny Brown as Andre 3000 if you smoke crack.
Yeah.
It's a good way to put it.
Danny Brown has never smoked crack.
You can't prove that.
He's said it in interviews. I mean, I don't see a drug test, but...
Yes, and then one of my other favorite songs is White Ferrari. I think that those are all...
I was listening to that.
Yeah, I think that those are all kind of like the biggest songs on here. But I like the last song too, Future of Free. Yeah. There's a bunch of different, like, it's a 9.5 minute song, so there's a lot of different things going on in here. And then even Nights, the ninth track on there, I like that because you can really feel the emotion in there. Like, there's, I don't know, it's 5-minute song, and there's like 3 or 4 different, I guess, sounds throughout the whole thing. It's like, it is like he's taking you through one of his nights where he is stressing, he's up all night, and then like one part is all serene and peaceful, and then another part, like, he's smashing things and things are going off the wall. So I think that's, I mean, he's obviously a really emotional guy, and he tells his story through his music, obviously, through metaphors and all that, but I think Nights is a song that really portrays kind of a physical aspect of what his nights are like.
Yeah, so pretty much every song Danny's named.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's like his, like a single night, like I said.
Yeah. I thought the whole thing was pretty good. I really liked Ivy. I think we talked about that a little bit.
Right.
It was kind of it was really good. I mean, I don't know anybody out there follows Pitchfork, but they immediately named it a best new track.
Yeah,
I did see that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. I like how it's like one of those love stories that like Frank Ocean does. It's kind of like I compare it to like Novocaine or Bad Religion, because he's always been like really good at telling a story.
Right.
And then like to see it personified with the instrumentation in the background is really cool.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I feel like Blonde overall compared to his past projects is like on a whole new level in my opinion. Like, obviously Channel Orange, I don't know, did it win a Grammy or was nominated?
It won Best R&B, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Might get a fact check on that. But it won. He has a Grammy for that album.
Okay, that's what I thought. But so, like, obviously that's a Grammy award-winning album, and I mean, that's one of my favorite albums of all time. But I mean, I don't know.
Nobody cares about the Grammys though.
Well, yeah,
True.
I guess. Very, very biased, all that. But
True.
That's, I guess, a story for another day. But like I said, I just feel like Blonde, he outdoes himself with the metaphors. And I mean, obviously, pretty much every song he's ever released, he has all these metaphors that he could be talking about one thing or something completely different. But I think that just overall, this whole entire album is something like new from him, just sound with all the guitars, like I said. And I don't know, it's just, I really enjoyed this album a ton.
Where would you rank this in his discography?
I mean, it's hard to put it in front of Channel Orange.
It's hard to tell too, because sorry if I can interrupt.
No, go for it.
Because I mean, Channel Orange just aged really well.
Right.
Like you listen, there's
people
still
bump it.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how Blonde ages, but I don't know. It hasn't even been a week since it's been out.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have a hard time putting it in front of Channel Orange, because I mean, literally, that's...
I think when magazines go through the best albums of the 2010s, Channel Orange will be top 5.
Oh, yeah.
In every single one.
Definitely.
No doubt,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, it'll be tough to see what it's like.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, that is something... Channel Orange is something that I literally could listen to for a month at a time, nothing else, just on repeat, no matter what I'm doing.
It wouldn't get old.
Yeah, it wouldn't get old, so... I mean, I've been pretty much listening to Blonde and Lucky X's project nonstop for the past week since they both come out.
And Prima Donna came out.
Oh yeah.
5 hours ago.
Talked about that earlier on the show.
Yeah. So, I mean, those are some things that I'm definitely bumping nonstop. But like, Blonde is gonna be something that I'm gonna need to hear for the next couple months just to actually decide where I think it is in his discography, I guess.
Yeah, this is something that's gonna take like quite a few listens, months of listening before you can really decide. Like, there's so many hidden things in this album.
Yeah, every listen you hear something new.
I just think that you can, like, I mean, I know I asked the question, but I guess you really can't place where it would be in his discography until you have a long time to kind of settle down, like Wes said, see how it ages, and so I guess we'll find out. But overall, the first few listens for me were just like impeccable. Frank Ocean is my favorite singer. I mean, in general. So
yeah. I think honestly he could go away for another 4 years and I'd be totally okay. And if he dropped another album like this, I'd be more
exactly.
than happy.
I mean, obviously he needed to drop something huge that was going to be a hit immediately after being away for 4 years. But like when I first listened to it, I was completely blown away. It was better than anything I could have ever anticipated. So, I mean, yeah, I completely agree. If he goes away for another 4 years, yeah, it'll suck not having the music. But if he releases something just as good, if not better, than his previous records, like, there's no problem with that in my eyes.
So here's a question: how in Blonde, because it's like one of the mega album that's came out this year. Right. Where does this rank in the albums that have come out so far this year?
Because I mean, are you talking about albums and mixtapes and everything?
Albums and mixtapes. I mean, you have Beyonce's Lemonade. You have The Life of Pablo. Right. You have Anderson .Paak album. I mean, there's just so many things that have came out this year. I'm just curious to see where you guys think.
Okay, so that could take a whole episode, Wes.
For me, this really could. For me, I mean, it's definitely
top 5 is easier.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's definitely up there.
Top 5.
It's definitely up there for top 5.
Okay, but you have to think the anticipation that's been built up and to like the product so much after the anticipation. I mean, I feel like that just places it top 5 in itself. I mean, it's hard to say because this year has been incredible for music in general.
It really has.
I mean, sad too.
Why is that sad?
No, but I mean Prince, David Bowie.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying it's sad.
I'm not saying it's sad that music is good. It's very happy.
Okay. No, I get what you're saying. But no, yeah, I mean, it's hard to place it because there has been so much coming out, and I mean, there's still 4 months left in the year,
right.
And I mean,
you
never know what's gonna come out.
Yeah, I mean, Danny Brown's got.
Oh my God,
Atrocity Exhibition.
That's gonna
September
be nuts.
2nd.
I mean, I know
somebody else is dropping September 2nd.
It's probably not what you're thinking, but
Post Malone's coming out August 20th.
Yeah, I don't know.
Today's August 25th.
26th.
Oh,
comes out tomorrow.
Might be. That's a chop.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not what you're thinking, but like one of my favorites, even though he's a smaller name, Mick Jenkins is releasing his debut album that I think is going to be crazy. So I don't know if it'll be one of the best albums of the year, but like I think that's going to make him next level.
I mean, Kanye's still supposed to come out with his album.
Kid Cudi has 2 albums he's still supposed to release.
I'm still on that TurboGrafx 16 is not coming out.
I mean, I never doubt Kanye.
It could have. I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but I'm expecting it now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to from the albums I'm thinking of, there's so many I'm sure I'm forgetting, but like, I think in my opinion this year, Blonde is probably top 5, if not top 3. I mean, I love The Life of Pablo, so that's got to be up there for me. Malibu by Anderson .Paak or Pac, whatever you say.
Even Schoolboy Q's.
Yeah, I was just
Schoolboy's was a really
Blank
Face
was awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you listened to that at all, Wes.
Yeah, I did. I listened to the whole thing. I liked it a lot. I mean, I'm not like the biggest Schoolboy fan. I mean, I like him. But there's a lot of people I feel like that like love Schoolboy Q. Yeah. He's got a very cult following.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not in that cult following, but I enjoy some of his
Even music. YG's album was amazing. I mean,
it's great. If YG's album would have came out any other year, it would have been skyrocketed.
No that was a perfect follow up to his My Crazy Life.
Yeah. Because the more time I had to digest YG's album, I was just like, this is pretty good. Yeah, same thing with Schoolboy Q's.
Yeah, it was
there's a lot of hidden songs on there that.
Yeah. That's why I think it's going to be so crazy about this year, because I mean 2 months from now we'll be going back and realizing how many projects came out.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, I mean I just mentioned those 2 projects other than Blonde, and I know I'm forgetting. Like there's one that I know in the back of my mind is like one of my favorites. I just am not thinking of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. So I know we're getting a little bit off topic here, but for those of you who maybe just tuned in now or whatever, we were talking about Frank Ocean's new album Blonde. It's definitely long awaited. It's been about 4 years since we've had actual Frank Ocean with Channel Orange. So if you haven't heard it, you're definitely sleeping. You definitely want to wake up and hear this now. So
wake up.
So once again, Blonde by Frank Ocean. Go check it out now on. I have it on Apple Music. I don't know if you released it to any other platforms yet.
Pandora.
Is it?
If anybody still has that.
Okay.
Really?
I haven't been on that
every
in years.
5 songs and hope it's a good one, but yeah.
I haven't seen it on Spotify, so.
All right,
I
so
think it's 2 weeks Apple exclusive.
Okay, so I mean it's coming out soon.
So
then.
It's been 6 days.
So definitely be on the lookout another week or so, and then it'll be out. So go check that out. Frank Ocean's Blonde. Now, it's that time of week again, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Drill Tape of the Week, brought to you by Drill Martin, a.k.a. Drill Time Phil. What do you got for us, Phil?
So this week we're going with Showtime by King Louie.
Oh! All right. Oh. Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
This dropped back in 2012. It's a 22-song project.
Jesus Christ.
But I think this was like one of his first mixtapes that really kind of set him off. King Louie really set him off, and I mean, other than Tony, because Tony was probably one of his best ones that he ever made. But he's got some cool features on it. Like, you'll hear some young Lil Durk on it.
With or without the dreads?
I'm gonna say without. I don't know if he had him in 12.
So not that young.
He might have had him in 12. It might be with dreads. But I don't know. Anyway, regardless. And there's also some good old school Chief Keef in there too.
Oh, classic. And, bang bang.
He's got, I think, 2 songs.
So stupid.
And he's got 2 songs featuring Fredo. So,
right.
But like I said, it's a 22-song project. It's
a throwback.
Yeah, it is definitely a throwback.
All right.
No, it's really good.
All right. Well, thanks for that insight.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Phil.
All right.
And that's our show, everyone. Big thanks to Julius Wesley Becton IV for being with us.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Thanks again, guys, for listening, and please show us support and let us know how we can get better. Feel free to share topics, songs, artists, and ideas for us to talk about in the future. You can do that by following us on Twitter at @Scruff_Squad, and like our Facebook page called Scruff Squad Presents the Broadcast from the Burbs.
Yeah, guys, please stay up to date on all our social media out there. We have a lot of good stuff coming to you. Also, big announcement, we got our logo. Oh, yeah, check out
MySpace coming soon.
Also, we got our logo out, so that means we are one step closer to our website.
Should be out in the next week or so.
So definitely keep an eye out for the website. It is coming with, like what Jim said, within the next week or so. Also, we are taking what are they?
Submissions.
Yeah, submissions.
I was gonna say.
We are taking submissions. Just email us at scruffsquad60154@gmail.com.
I'm also gonna plug my radio show. If you're in southern Vermont,
put down the mic and then say it.
If you're in the southern portion of Vermont, just driving 3 a.m. these next few months on a Monday morning.
And you want to hear that voice?
And you want to hear this voice, play some good music. Tune in 91.1, or like if you're just a normal person.
Is that an FM station?
It's an FM station. Yeah.
Wow, big baller, big baller.
No, but in all honesty, we might have a good time. I don't really have Twitter or anything, but just wrmc.middlebury.edu and you'll find me.
Solid.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, go check Wes out. Like Phil said, we are taking music submissions. So if you're an artist looking to get your name out there, we're starting a blog on our website that, like Jimmy said, it's hopefully coming out this next week or so. So if you have music that you want us to hear and do write-ups on, you can email us at scruffsquad60154@gmail.com. Or you can tweet at us or DM us, like I said, at @Scruff_Squad. Yeah, it goes down in the DMs, guys.
Slide in their Spotify DMs.
So, yeah, once again, thank you guys for listening, and definitely tune in for our next episode.
Please subscribe.